The SpaceX CEO sat thoughtfully in his chair and stared at the screen, once again scrolling through the recording of the last Starship spacecraft launch attempt. Progress is there, and it's being made, but it's still far from over. However, the path to this desired success turned out to be much longer than previously expected, but this is the case with many serious projects. And to distract himself, he began to remember how he had come to the present day and how difficult everything had been along the way. In particular, because he was often, throughout his life, not taken seriously. Different people say different things about him, but hardly anyone will argue with the fact that Elon Musk has become one of the most famous and richest people of the first quarter of the 21st century, who has repeatedly made people talk about him on a global scale. His success can be described just in one word: phenomenal. Having been an unknown person 2 decades ago, now he has become a very influential person in the United States and abroad, and also one of the richest people in the world. His fortune in 2022 reached almost $220 billion. But obviously, we gotta ask this: how did he achieve all of this in such a short time? Elon has never hidden the secrets of his success. He has repeatedly told them in his numerous interviews, and we here, on Wealth History, think that he will be happy to share them again and again. Elon Musk, a true badass of our century, a man who always not just dared to dream big, but dared to act big. In this episode, we decided to dedicate to him. Hello from Wealth History Channel. Let's continue. Do what your heart wants. Born in the distant South African city of Pretoria in June of 1971, the son of an engineer and a model did not think about becoming a billionaire in his childhood, but he began to appreciate money even then. But hey, Musk began earning them at the age of 12 when he sold the first program he developed. It was a game on the popular Star Wars theme in the early 1980s. The $500 he received for it was his first real capital, which young Elon decided to invest in the shares of one of the pharmaceutical companies. And then, when the rate jumped, he sold them for an order of magnitude more expensive. Elon required this money soon. After the divorce of his parents, he decided to live fully separately and went to Canada, where he entered the university. But the young man liked neighboring America much more. He saw more opportunities for himself there, and therefore 3 years later he moved to US. And Elon completed his education at the University of Pennsylvania, where he received 2 diplomas at once, a bachelor's degree in applied physics and a bachelor's degree in economics. By that time, the young man realized that science and business could well accompany each other, and later successfully confirmed this fact through his activities. And soon Musk understood that his prime time had begun. In the mid-1990s, the so-called dot-com boom began. That is, businesses related to the internet. Not everyone was able to appreciate the prospects of the new information environment, but Musk succeeded. Moreover, when he unexpectedly left the praised Stanford University and founded his first company, many twisted their fingers at the temple. And no doubt, those who graduated from this institution could count on warm places and large companies with all the benefits that come with it and stay in their comfort zone. And then this strange guy suddenly chose risks and the unknown. Despite these judgments, Elon relied on his intuition and fire within him for the new, which did not frighten him but attracted him. The joint company Zip2 Corporation, alongside with his brother, showed good results. Its capitalization grew rapidly, and as a consequence, it was bought by one of the largest companies in this field at the time, Compaq. Musk's share was about $22 million, and thus he became a millionaire under the age of 30. Now he could do what he truly wanted: run the large business on his own. So, in 1999, Elon again made a successful investment, becoming one of the founders of the electronic payment service H.com. This direction was a novelty at that time, and it's not surprising that the company soon attracted the attention of serious market players. As a result of this, it merged with Confinity, and the new structure was called, yes, PayPal. And in 2022, eBay acquired it for $1.5 billion, of which Musk's share was $180 million. Do not hinder your ambitions. But we've got to mention, by that time the dot-com crash had already set in, and the whole industry had seriously collapsed. Therefore, Musk decided to pay attention to other areas, and again chose innovative technologies. Within a few years, he became one of the founders of the world-famous companies SpaceX and Tesla. But hey, why was the choice made in favor of cosmos-related business? Musk was repeatedly asked this question and always replied that he had been fond of science fiction since childhood, and especially liked to read the novels of A. Asimov, and he shares his views on the need for space exploration, including the resettlement of our kind to other planets. According to him, this can protect humanity from the threat of extinction due to a number of factors. Well, he also decided to do it because, in his opinion, NASA's programs are too slow, and therefore he needs to take matters into his own hands. And Elon Musk once said that, well, you're more likely to succeed if you follow what you're passionate about. That being said, you combine your interests with business and it's only a means in time to achieve your goals. For example, SpaceX did not appear because of a desire to make money, but rather out of a desire to send a man to Mars as soon as possible. To do this, you need to solve a lot of technical problems, but this is his main motivation because he considers himself more of an engineer than an investor and business entrepreneur. You don't have to restrain your ambitions, said Musk, and he lamented the fact that most of the existing companies are simply incapable of solving large-scale problems because their management is afraid of a decrease in profits. If something goes wrong, they can simply be fired for a mistake. Therefore, these enterprises prefer only minor changes and do not dare to think of anything completely new. In addition, you should also take more risks when you're young, when you're not yet bound by a large number of responsibilities and, in particular, do not have a family and children. Do what you think is crucial. Elon recalled how one of his buddies told him with ill-concealed envy after selling PayPal, happy man. Now you can buy yourself a nice house and never work again, living for your own pleasure. 180 million is enough for a lifetime." He remembered it and grinned ironically. A lot of people in his place would do just that, but it's not for him. It's comfort zone and absence of motivation for consequent growth. Since childhood, he read science fiction and dreamed of changing the world, and money gave him such an opportunity. And it's silly to waste it on such mundane things. It's better to try to do something of your own that would affect people. It was for this purpose that he bought the same Tesla, although at that time electric cars were considered an unpromising industry. Musk couldn't resist smiling. At the time, he didn't believe in the company himself, but he decided to take the risk anyway, even though the probability of failure was truly high. He just really wanted to change the stereotypes that have developed in the world, that electric cars are something ugly, slow, and expensive. If you think it's important, give it a try, even if the likely outcome is a failure. The CEO of a $500 billion auto company said in an interview, and by his example he proved that it's better to regret what you have done than what you have not even dared to do. Though it's unlikely that he would have dared to take such a step without his incredible ability to work and dedication to his favorite work, as his work schedule had been extremely hectic for many years. Sleepless nights and irregular working hours became commonplace, but the time passed extremely productively. Musk has learned to overcome difficulties and look for solutions in any situation, even when the circumstances are totally against him. On top of it, he has always believed that an important part of success is the ability to learn new things and apply innovative solutions, even if they seem too revolutionary. As a child, Elon read the entire Encyclopedia Britannica, and today he also takes time to read, although many of his acquaintances consider it a waste of time. He was always convinced that in the world of unlimited knowledge, there would always be something new and useful to learn, even if you're a multi-billionaire and one of the most powerful people in the United States. Failure is a necessity on the path to achievements. Oh, and by the way, he always believed that advertising is far from the most important thing in a given product, and instead it's better to spend money on improving it. Therefore, Tesla has never invested them purely in advertising, preferring to focus on investment in development, research, and design for comfort and elegance. As a truly good and high-quality product or service will be an advertisement in itself. After all, they will become useful to its users and therefore successful in sales and distribution. However, not all of his innovations were successful. No. For example, the implementation of the Hyperloop high-speed train project was first slowed down, and then it had to be actually pushed into the background. SolarCity, a company that manufactures solar panels and power systems, was also not really successful. But the idea of a high-speed Starlink satellite internet has fully justified itself, and the number of users of this system is growing rapidly. Not to mention Tesla's electric cars, which have set standards in the development and production of this type of transport for many years. And also, his recent acquisition of the social network Twitter turned out to be successful. This product actually got a second life. Information technology is extremely important, and with its help you can not only make money, but also promote the desired ideas. Yes, although businessmen have always tried to distance themselves from politics since they were unlikely to succeed here, however, isn't everything connected now? Elon Musk took a break from his memories and thought about how to evaluate today's launch. Partial success, but the longed-for flight to Mars remains to wait for more than 1 year. At the end of the day, he's only about 50 years old, so there is time. You can wait. But in the meantime, you will still have to work on the reliability of the new system. Well, failures and mistakes are inevitable. The main thing is to draw conclusions from them. That's where the key lies. Well, thank you for watching. Like this episode, subscribe to get notified when new ones come out. And for now, we gotta tell you, see you later on Wealth History.